All right, well, we are here at the trailhead for Lizard Pond and Garnet Lake, and it was quite a little hairy ride coming in. It's actually a snowmobile trail. Um, the road that comes in, West Stony Creek Road, is a dirt road, but it turns into a snowmobile trail. So it's quite a ride in, but there are a lot of hunting camps and other camps that are along the way, and there are several pull-offs along the way. It's basically a one-lane road, and it's about 7 miles total. About 5 of it is snowmobile trail. So it's 48 degrees right now. Gonna get down into the 30s tonight. So this is my first real test of my cold weather gear for my upcoming AT hike beginning in February 2025. And so this is not a long hike. It's like 10 miles total. We're gonna do about 5 or 6 today. The plan is to go in and look at Lizard Pond, check out the campsites there, and then go up to Garnet Lake, check out the campsite there, and decide which one I want to stay at. And if I don't have time, I'll just have to stay at Garnet Lake. But because it's a little after 11 right now, and it gets dark a little after 6. So anyway, let's hit the trail. So it's Columbus Day, or Indigenous Peoples Day, depending on how you look at it. And it's also the early hunting season here in upstate New York. So I'm wearing some orange. And like I said, I'm testing a bunch of gear. I've already had some issues testing my Garmin watch, and I thought I had started the hike back at the road and didn't actually get it started until after the sign-in box, or right around the sign-in box. My InReach Mini isn't connecting to my phone, so that's not a huge problem, but it's making it difficult to do custom texts. Anyway, the first part of this trail is quite wet. Of course, we've had rain the last several days, and so my feet are already wet. Anyway, this trail is also a snowmobile trail, and so I would say in the wintertime, this would be a tough trail to do. First of all, you're not going to get all the way up here from this end without a snowmobile, and it's probably not the best to hike during the winter because of the snowmobiles. Well, that is a large blowdown, and we are going to have to go around. beaver pond stuff just keeps on going. Apparently there's lots of beavers here. This is the trail. All right, so we made it to the very bottom end of Lizard Pond. So I'm gonna find the camping area here and check that out. And we may actually just stay here because this trail has been brutal, especially these last mile or so. It's been just nothing but water and beaver dams and everything else. And my feet are soaked. It's gonna get into the 30s tonight. So if it's a good spot, I think I'm gonna set up camp and try to get a fire going and dry some of this stuff out and hunker down for the night. But we'll see. We'll take a look. All right, so camp is set up. My bear bag is just over a little stream right over there. That's very easy to cross. The privy is like right through there. And then the lean-to is right down there. So I'm going down to the lean-to to have a fire and cook some dinner. And I'm gonna hang out down there and then come back up here to sleep for the night. So that's the plan. Well, good morning, everybody. So, my quilt worked great. My biggest problem last night was my pillow kept sliding off the end of my pillows. Um, and so it was a fight all night just to keep a pillow under my head. So if anybody has a solution to that, just throw that in the comments. A strap did not work. So I don't know what the deal is. It's just the sleeping pad's so slippery and the pillows are slippery. So I'm not sure. But anyway, the plan is I'm going to get up. I'm going to pack up, have breakfast, and then hit the trail and head right out. I got down to 39. It's 39 right now. So anyway, let's get going. All right, we are back on the trail, headed out. All right, we're back to the sign-in box. I didn't film much coming out because it's the same as coming in, but I'll do a quick wrap up in the car once we get back.
Sometimes I'm a sinner, sometimes a saint, sometimes a good man, sometimes I ain't. I walk the right road, but I take the wrong path. One thing's for sure, I give them both all I have. I'm a little south of heaven, little north of hell, caught between the good Lord and the devil himself. Where I'll end up is too soon to tell. I'm a little south of heaven, a little north of hell. I try to live at the foot of the cross. Sometimes I'm found, sometimes I get lost. If there's one thing that I surely know, there's a battle being waged over my soul.
All right, so we just finished Lizard Pond. It was 7.4 miles round trip, very wet. As far as the equipment goes, the quilt held up great. I stayed nice and warm. I only slept in my mid layer, and my quilt is the Kabatic 15 degree, and I had no problem with that. I did have condensation in the tent though, which did get on top of the quilt, so the top of the quilt did get wet a little bit. So that's got to be rectified. Everything else, my feet obviously got wet. Everything else performed well. A little concerned that even though I got a bigger pack, it's still very full, like to the brim, and I hardly had any food in it. It's the warmer or the colder weather stuff just seems to take up that more space. My worst problem was I didn't sleep well, and that was not because I was cold or anything. It was because the pillow kept sliding off the sleeping pad, and so I couldn't get it to. I spent all night battling that. I had two different pillows. Both of them, or one of them, has a strap. The strap didn't even stay on. It just slid off. So I'm not quite sure what the solution is to that, but that's got to get solved. Apart from that, though, this is a moderately difficult hike just because it's so wet. There were places where you weren't quite sure if you were still on the trail because the markers were that far apart, and with the leaves and everything, and the fact that this trail isn't used that much, but and also the access to it, it just makes it more difficult. A lot of people come in from the Garnet Lake side, which is much easier. So anyway, it was a good hike, did what it needed to do. And so anyway, until next time, God bless and have a great day. Thanks.